Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. Okay, listen. So far, so good. Even though part two was kind of uneventful in a way, I still appreciated part two, and I still liked part two. It just reminded me of like a group of friends who kind of got together to have a kiki session, if that makes sense. I don't need like over the top drama in every episode, every reunion. It was cute, even though again it was kind of uneventful, and you could tell in some areas they really didn't have that much to talk about. When they made a whole basically 10-15 minute segment about the fashions on Potomac when there are no fashions on Potomac, critiquing what the like, girl, what are we talking? Girl, when are we no shade, girl. Y'all will probably do okay with having that type of moment to discuss fashions in Atlanta, Beverly Hills, New York, maybe. I'm saying, but I don't know. Anyways, so let's just get into it. We're just gonna talk. I'm here because I feel like I need to refresh some memories. Mia is a big disappointment. I feel like Mia came into this reunion and her goal was to play the rich white woman card. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna cry and cry and cry, and hopefully they'll have some type of grace when it comes to me and they don't drag me. And they did not. They did not care. They still scalped Mia's wig, had Mia running off the stage. Not literally running, but she left the reunion. I don't know if she's going to be their next part, but she walked off the stage. Um, I wish that Mia would have stood on big business. Mia, girl, you kicked up too much. We got to call a thing, sister. You kicked up too much dirt, and you had a whole bunch of mouth during the season. I was expecting that. Mia has never been one of the girls who's just quick on her feet, like a Karen, a Kenya, a Candace. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not quick like that, but I still expected Mia to stand on business. Okay. And when Mia wasn't standing on big business and I saw the route she was taking, I said, oh, girl, girl. As soon as I saw the road that Mia was going down, I said, okay, girl, I see what she's trying to do. It really was almost no need for Mia to even be at the reunion. And I do believe that if you're going to be the one that sit besides Andy, you should be the one that's also carrying the reunion. It makes no sense that Wendy, I mean, I guess when you that girl, you that girl. It makes no sense that Wendy has been carrying this reunion girl sitting in the middle. Mia wanted to come and gain some points by trying to, oh my God, I'm just, it's just a lot. And girl, they're not buying it. Giselle, Giselle has nothing going on. The simple fact that they even had to bring up Jamal, girl, you came into Real Housewives of Potomac calling Jamal a cheater, pumpkin eater. Girl, we're in season 9. Jamal is married, girl, with a new wife. And girl, some way, somehow, Jamal is still being brought up at the reunion. Girl, don't have nothing going on. They talked about Jamal and his wedding and why did they dress like the characters from Wicked. Girl, it did look tacky from the pictures that I saw. It just looked like a big tacky wedding. From the pictures that I saw. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Josh, Ashley's new boy toy. He was offended by the things that Wendy said about him being Jack Harlow and there being a lot of remove, um, dating him. She says that Josh was offended. His friends were wondering why would Wendy say something like that. Girl, I was with Wendy. Girl, hush. You can't say nothing to me about some boy who you screwing when you didn't even have enough respect for my relationship slash marriage by trying to bring on rumors onto this show about my husband. You see what I'm saying? But you expect me to have some type of respect for some boy who you just met at some speed dating? Girl, get out my face. I don't care about that boy. And then, of course, I think Andy said she thought that. I think Andy said that he thought was she. Okay. Andy said she thought that Giselle was the one who brought the rumor on them. Of course, Giselle tried to remove herself from the mess. We're not gonna go backwards though, but I understood what Wendy was trying to say. You can't say nothing to me about me saying something about some man, some random man at this point. Because that's exactly what Josh is. Okay? When you didn't even have enough respect for my man, husband, relationship. Girl, boo. So her and Ashley kind of have a back and forth. She blows the kiss. Girl. She said, you'll be fine. Kay and Greg. Girl. I like Kay. I want Kay to come back, but I don't know about a housewife, but I like Kay. Kay, girl, I don't know if you lying. That's the thing. Like, girl, y'all be saying stuff, and maybe I'm wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Kay say that her and Greg were building a home? Girl, I want to know how much money y'all making over that, girl. Y'all building homes, girl, buying condos. Now she said that her and Greg are still together, but she moved out of Greg's home, and at one point I think she even said they separated. So I don't know if she mentioned they separated or if that was just her saying, well, I moved out too. Anyway, she moved out and now she is purchasing her own condo. So y'all building a house together. You know, moved out to purchase a condo. I will defend Greg on this, and we have this conversation all the time. I am conflicted when it comes to spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends. Shout out to Kyle Richards, um, being on the show. In, through one lens, I do believe it's unfair to other people who have to talk about their relationships, right, marriages, but then other people kind of get a pass because, well, my man don't want to be on the show, or my girlfriend Jenna Lyons don't want to be on the show. But then on the flip side, I don't think that you should force anybody to be on reality TV. Like at least now, I would not want to be on reality TV. If I was in a relationship, I do not want to be. I do not want to be on TV. So I think that Greg does. This is not the same thing. This is the thing for me. This is not the same thing as you asking your husband or partner, to go to a company dinner, right? Like you're asking this man to put his business out on Front Street for us to pick apart, tear apart, dissect every which way, right? Be all up in his business, find all of his old tweets, find out where his children go to school, find out who his ex-baby mama is, his ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? He has to sit here while a camera is in his face. I think that could be a lot for people, especially when you don't want to do it. Girl. So I think that Greg does deserve some type of, like, for even agreeing to do this. Like I said, girl, this is not the same thing as going to a company dinner, girl. This is a whole reality show, and I don't want to do it. So when I show up and I'm really not giving what you feel like I should give because I'm trying to really be here for you and be supportive and show up to these scenes, but because you feel like I'm probably not giving my all in the scene, well, I don't want to do the shit anyways. So in a way, I hate to say it, you better be glad I'm showing up. I don't know what Kay wants from Greg in that aspect. Like, girl, he's showing up. And like I said, girl, this is not some regular smuggler dinner down to your job. This is not, oh, I'm having a company dinner for the girls. Can you just show up? And him telling you no. And I'd be like, girl, you can't just go to the dinner. I just feel like this is a whole different ball game. But she says she understands because sometimes it's even tough for her. I just felt like at one point during the season, she did try and pick a fight with that man on camera when they were going to the restaurant. Remember they were he was driving. I felt like Kay was trying to pick a fight with him for the cameras. I really do feel that way. And y'all know for me to get down here and defend the niggas, girl, that says a lot. Hello? Okay. Other than that, girl, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Stacey and TJ. TJ is fine. He gonna forever be fine. That's a old butch queen. That's a mean queen. Though I do not like no mean punk. I don't. TJ is mean. Y'all ain't heard, y'all ain't see how he was talking to that lady at Wendy's party. Y'all told you don't get your ass up out my face, Nickel. Watch how you talk to me. Anyways, Stacey says that it hurt her feelings. It hurt people saying that. Long story short, TJ was into the trainer. Remember at the beginning of the season when they went to work out? Ooh, I thought this microphone wasn't on. Girl, I was about to have a whole fit. Um, they went to work out, and I was down here. People on social media, even Wendy got down, I think, to BravoCon. Not BravoCon. What was it called? Fan Fest. Girl, you know that miniature BravoCon they had in Miami. I think she said there that that TJ looked like he was more into the trainer than to her. Listen, it's not that big of a deal because as I clocked the T, girl, a few episodes in, girl, this storyline was not real. Girl, nobody really believes that TJ and Stacey were together. At some point, it on some real stuff, it even like, I crack my jokes, but girl, I started being more concerned about like, girl, is he into her? Girl, fuck the fact that he might be bisexual or even probably gay, girl. He not into you, sister. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And then, we're gonna find out what happened with TJ and Stacey next week because at the end of the episode, Eddie called TJ and they kind of ended the episode on that note. But I want to give a shout out. Ooh, girl, I had to write this down. I want to give a shout out to Andrew Gabor. If y'all don't follow Andrew Gabor, go follow him. Andrew Gabor. I think it's Andrew Gabor 2.0, but it's Andrew Gabor. He said in one of his reviews, and I was like, girl, I don't know about that. Girl, he said in one of his reviews that he felt like Stacey was using this storyline with TJ to cover up her divorce, so she wouldn't have to speak about her divorce. And I was like, girl, that's what I mean, like, girl, do the girls really be going through this much not to tell their real business? And I have to keep reminding myself they do. And why Stacey's already divorced? I said, oh my God. Now that I think about it, Andrew Gabor was right. I believe now that Stacey used the storyline with TJ because she was going through a divorce and she wanted to be on the show, but she didn't want to talk about her divorce. So, let me go ahead and bring this punk on, pay him a few dollars, right? And I won't have to talk about my divorce. Even though I didn't necessarily believe that her storyline was real, I didn't think that was her. I didn't think that she was doing that to cover up her divorce. But now it's like, girl, she probably did because now Stacey is fully divorced. And we don't know nothing about that man. We don't know nothing about the divorce except what she wanted us to know. It's done. Stacey ain't dumb. I got some questions though. If we're gonna get rid of me, if y'all want Mia to be gone because of lying, then y'all gonna have to want y'all gonna want Stacey to be gone too. If we find out she lied. And anyways, Vivian and Stacey fell out. I don't care about no Vivian. I'm sorry. I saw something about them falling out online. Vivian says that girl Stacey returned some dresses smelling like girl 3 o'clock. Vivian said that Stacey returned some dresses musty, baby. She said them dresses was stank. She ain't said what area of the dresses was stank. I don't know if she meant the underarms, the bosom, girl, the crotch, the back of the dress. She said they was musty. She said them dresses smell like, girl, a hot summer afternoon after 3 o'clock in the middle of August, baby. She returned them dresses musty and stank. So Vivian and Stacey fell out about some dresses, I guess. Girl, I don't care. Like I said, Vivian wasn't even that major in the show for us to even be having a conversation about Vivian. I don't care. But I did think it was kind of funny that Vivian said that them dresses was stank. Girl, it was musky. Girl, it was musty, baby. Stacey said F that B. Stacey is, anyways, girl. Then they talked about fashions. Girl, do we really care about the fashions on Potomac? Um, they get a Mia. Now this is where I'm about to start shaking the table just a little bit. Mia, when Andy started asking Mia about her situation with Ink and Gordon and all that stuff, he said, "But your tagline is Ink is perfect." Bitch. When he said he was so serious. He was like, "But your tagline is Ink is permanent." Okay. Um. One thing that I don't like about Giselle and what she's doing this reunion is Giselle is just throwing out a whole bunch of I heards. I heard somebody told me, it was brought to my attention. She did it with Stacy. I was told you were starting a happy Stacy. It could be true. But girl, if you're gonna come to the reunion and start throwing stuff against the wall, baby, I'm gonna need you to bring your cell phone out. I'm gonna need you to bring out your own version of the binder and show us the receipts, baby girl. Because at this point, you're just throwing shit out there. And I don't know if it's true or not. And again, it could be. So now she's saying that Mia does not live in Atlanta. I mean, Mia does not live in the DMV area. She lives in Atlanta. And again, this could be true. But girl, show us the receipts. Mia doesn't live in the DMV area. She lives in Atlanta. She just only flies back to shoot the show. Like, girl, okay, and so like I'm so over the whole because I think they tried to do the same thing with Jessel. Oh, she only moved to because I heard Jessel from New York lives in Dallas or lived in Dallas and she moved to New York for the show. Okay, girl, and so what? I think Kenya did it for Atlanta. Like, girl, in real life, girl, if we're gonna be honest about it, should none of y'all be if we really gonna go by the name of shows, like y'all want Quad off the show because she's not married to medicine, then most of the girls on Potomac should be on the show because ain't none of them the real housewives of Potomac. Girl, hello? Like, who cares if Mia doesn't live in DC? Is it affecting her shooting on the show? She says that Mia lives in Atlanta. Ink lives in Atlanta. Um, she flies in every, when it's time to do, I guess, their confessionals, their interviews. She flies in, but other than that, I'm like, okay, Giselle, girl, again, you could be telling the truth, but you need to be showing some receipts because at this point, this is your second time doing this reunion. Wendy basically says that, and this is what I didn't like about Wendy. I got at one point Wendy and Giselle were tag teaming Mia. I'm sorry, I wasn't impressed. And I'm gonna tell you why. I was looking at Wendy like she's a goddamn fool. I think that if you want to call out Mia for whatever you want to call out Mia on, that's completely fine. But girl, you appearing as though you're jumping in with Giselle to tag team Mia, please don't forget that Giselle, girl, probably mistreated you worse than Mia, if we're gonna be honest. At one point, Giselle was trying to get your black ass off the show too. Let's be very clear. You can have a problem with somebody and stand in your shit. That don't mean I'm gonna be tag teaming her with you. Cause girl, I ain't forgot about how you did me either. Both of y'all mistreated me. If we're gonna be honest, Mia mistreated Wendy when she attacked her, and Giselle mistreated Wendy. So the whole tag teaming of Giselle and Wendy, I thought was whack a little bit, especially coming from Wendy because of how Giselle treated Wendy. Now maybe Wendy didn't want it to appear as though she was helping Giselle, but a lot of people took it as though Wendy was helping Giselle and they were tag teaming Mia. Again, if Wendy has any type of beef with Mia, that's completely fine. What I'm going to say is not going to change just because this other person has the same opinion as mine. But it's not going to be like, oh, I'm helping her jump on you because I don't trust her ass either. And if we're going to be honest, girl, Wendy and Mia ain't really had no issues. You the one who forgave the girl after she tried to throw your ass in the ocean in Miami and threw a drink on your ass. Y'all was in the restroom lifting up y'all dresses, showing each other y'all coochies. I wasn't moved by Wendy and Giselle. I just wasn't. Sorry. Um, Wendy says that Mia. Oh, Wendy at one point Wendy was saying that she felt that Ink didn't know what he signed up for, and when he basically got on TV, he realized, oh, this is a lot. Girl, I will say this much. I was with Giselle. Girl, please, Ink wanted to be on TV. Ink wanted to be on TV. Period. Wendy then says, okay, well, let me just be honest. Um, she says she thinks that Mia, G, and Ink are all in on it. I said, hey, Wendy, for watching my videos. Girl, you know I've been saying that this is the thing, right? One thing I am is I try to be consistent. I have said from the get-go, girl, y'all want to drag Mia, girl, fuck dragging Mia, girl, drag Mia, Gordon, and Ink. Because quiet as this kept, I don't care about G being diagnosed as being bipolar. That don't have nothing to do with him being a stunt queen, just like Mia. If y'all gonna drag Mia, y'all gonna drag Gordon too, because be very clear, a lot of this shit that we know is due to Gordon. Gordon was the one running down to TMZ. Mia didn't go to no TMZ. Gordon was the one who locked Mia in a room. Hello? Gordon was the one who took Mia's cell phone. Hello? Gordon was the one who cleared Mia's bank account. Hello? Gordon was the one who got down to the reunion and told us that he was diagnosed as bipolar. Gordon was the one, from what I remember, who actually introduced the paternity of the storyline of his son to the goddamn show. Of course, but people are putting it all on Mia. Maybe it's because Mia is in the opening credits. But at this point, G is involved in the shit just as much as Mia. And if you want to attack Mia's parenting, which is completely fine, and attack her as a mother, that's completely fine, then you need to also attack Gordon because he did not protect his goddamn son. And that's just what it is. If Mia is an ain't shit mama, then Gordon is an ain't shit daddy. If Wendy really believes that Gordon, Ink, and Mia were all in on the plan together, then she should also have a little bit of smoke for Gordon. Sorry. Hell, y'all already talking about them at the reunion anyways. Y'all can tug on his bald headed ass wig a little bit too. I think Mia is a mess, but Mia ain't a mess by herself. And that's been my whole point this entire season. And another thing, girl, a lot of the people are outraged by Mia being a mess, but girl, I've been calling Mia out for being a liar since she first stepped on the scene with a gangster lean. But as I always say, a lot of the people tried to give Mia a pass because they didn't like Wendy. And some of the cousins, shout out to some of the cousins, tried to act like I was defending Wendy or I was calling out Mia in defense of Wendy. But here we are, season 9. Mia is a liar, girl. I said that day one. They start talking about they worried about the kids. Girl, I'm sorry. Mia disappointed me because Mia should have been wrapping them girls up. You not gonna say shit about the paternity or question me about the paternity of my son, Miss Jizzy, when we all know that your black ass tried to bring on a storyline that questions the paternity of Monique Samuel's son. Let's be very clear. So while Jizzy want to sit up there and be like, oh, you're a horrible mother because you were trying to talk about the paternity of your son. Well, girl, that makes you a horrible human being. Because you didn't have a problem trying to bring on a storyline that had to do with Monique Samuel's paternity of her child. Hello? Now y'all so worried about Jeremiah and what she gonna have to explain to Jeremiah when he get older. Ashley, how are you going to explain to your kids that their daddy was on TV groping men and essaying men on cable television and also had charges brought against him? How are you going to explain that? So why are you worried about how I'm going to explain to Jeremiah what happened between me, him, and his daddy? Worry about how you're going to explain to your kids about their goddamn daddy. Giselle, how did you explain to your kids after you got back with Jamal about him being a cheater, pumpkin eater? You see what I'm saying? Girl, half of y'all on that stage ain't got no goddamn room to talk about Mia. She might be a mess, but baby, y'all all a mess too. And it might just be Mia's turn to sit in the hot seat. But girl, it wouldn't have been no way that I could have been Mia on that stage and I would have been working that whole goddamn room. Y'all can't say a goddamn thing to me. Mia did not stand on business. She looked foolish. She looked weak. I didn't like it. Girl, you caused too much mess and kicked up too much mess and stood on too much business this season for you to go to that reunion and kind of just shrivel up. I said, ooh, girl, get her ass off the stage. Mia, I don't know about no IVF, so I don't know. But Mia started trying to defend. Girl, Mia, that's the thing. Mia, you're trying to defend something that does not sound like it makes sense. Again, I don't know. But Mia started trying to act as if, girl, the reason why Gordon thought that that she was that Ink was a baby daddy is because you can be pregnant while you're doing IVF. And they were like, girl, no, you can't because they got to do blood work and they check all that stuff before they even. So I don't know, girl. I think they want Mia gone. I think they think that Mia is declassing the show. And I don't know why they think that because girl, we can go season for season and tell y'all how the girls have been declassing the show. That's the talking point for me of season 9. Girl, you got Karen, a drunk with 4 DUIs, but Mia declassing the show. You got Giselle, who girl did what she did to Monique Samuels, but Mia is declassing the show. You had Monique, girl, beating Candace on top of the head season 5, but Mia is declassing the show. Hello? Hello? You had Michael Darby essaying men season 1, grabbing Katie's fiance at the time ass. Had charges brought on him eventually, but Mia is declassing the show. You had Giselle accuse Candace's husband of SA, but Mia is declassing the show. Girl, what are we talking about? Girl, we can go on and on and on and on and on. My whole point with Mia is a mess, but Mia been a mess. That's all I'm saying. And if you gonna try and go after Mia for being an ain't shit parent, then you better go after Gordon for being an ain't shit parent too. And when it comes to the parenting, half of the girls on stage ain't got no room to talk. Not with the scheming and plotting and shit y'all been doing behind the scenes. Mia brings up Giselle. They bring up Mia bringing up Giselle's daughters. Listen, what Mia did was some bullshit, but I understood what she was trying to say as far as I show my real life on social media, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You, on the other hand, you lie. Now, of course, no one is going to get on social media and expose their truth. And no one is going to expose their truth, especially when they got to do with their kids. Now, that just ain't going to happen. Well, for some people. Okay. And she said that girl, your kids is the one who was one of the little girls was sneaking some little nigga in the house. Giselle, I think, is whack. Sorry, because after Mia said that, Giselle walked up to Mia at Karen's Love Lagoon and gave her a hug, talking about, "Hey, Mama Mia," and this is after this lady had already told something that we were not privy to. If we're gonna be honest, Giselle should have been on Mia's ass like white on rice. I know Giselle is not. I'm not talking about fighting. But the same way she told her bitch bye tonight, that's the energy Giselle should have had when Mia tried to play in her face. But Giselle did what some of the girls do. She did what Wendy did when she became friends with Karen. She waited until she felt what people were saying on social media. She waited to people. She waited to hear what people were saying on social media, and then because she didn't think they were going to air that exchange between her and Mia. So once they shared the exchange, and then once on the show, she called the girls some whores. Once Wendy was like, "Girl, please," I would have jumped across that table on that bitch. You remember that when they were in Panama and they were like, "Yeah, girl." They gassed Giselle up, and then that night at dinner, she confronted Mia. But past that, girl, she was still all right with it. Giselle was still following Mia on social media. It wasn't until we found out that that Mia had called. I'm sorry, I got distracted by my phone ringing. That Mia had called Giselle's daughter some whores, and that information leaked that Giselle wanted to start acting big and bad in interviews. And that's just what it was. Now all of a sudden I got all the smoke for Mia, but you should have had smoke for her when she came and said in your face and told us what you told her on camera. Well, you told her off camera, but she told us on camera. But again, I think Giselle is like a Portia. She's used to being protected. And she thought that this was going to be one of those instances where they would protect her. And I'm mad because they didn't show it. Show it. The reality is Mia called those girls some hoes. Y'all need to show it. Y'all need to show it and let the cards fall where they fall. Y'all need to show Giselle's response to Mia calling her daughter some whores. And y'all need to show Mia calling the daughter some whores. Show it, girl. This is reality TV. This some shit that happened on camera. Girl. It ain't like the shit they tried to pull down there with Love and Marriage Huntsville and bring some shit that happened in the back of a limousine that that wasn't caught on camera, didn't nobody see. Now that's some fuck shit. Anyways, girl. Wendy says, I just don't. Mia, basically, she said, Giselle tells Mia, you have acted like a terrible mother. Girl, shut up. The argument could be you have too. Giselle is not responsible for Jamal and how he treated her and how he cheated her. She's not responsible for him having a lack of integrity or the infidelities, but she is responsible for getting back with the nigga and bringing that nigga back around her kids. Yes, that is the father of her kids, but she decided to get back in a relationship with that man to show her kids what to set it up. This is what you do in relationship. You just work it through. I know your daddy had 2 and 3 kids on me from what they say, but it's all right. We could question that too. I'm just saying nobody. If y'all start going down the road of questioning folks' motherhood and parenting, then girl, do it. But girl, when people start throwing shit back in faces, don't be surprised. Wendy says, I don't like people not being held accountable. Wendy, you hush. Because, girl, did Giselle ever be held accountable for how she treated you and dogged your ass out? Since you don't like people not being held accountable? Hey, that's it, girl. All right. I got to go. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night. Bye, y'all.